Good afternoon, fellow traders. Black Coffee Trader coming at you here on a Thursday afternoon, February the 19th. What an ugly day. We ended up being green. I'm actually quite happy with today. Followed my game plan and really stayed out of the market until pretty much the afternoon almost. Matter of fact, I didn't think I was going to even take a trade today just because this market was just ugly. Talk about ugly, ugly. If you were a scalper today looking for 5 to 10 points probably on the markets, could have done quite well. I am not a scalper. I am looking for continuation and trend. And we obviously did not have that today. Some very, very ugly price action. My game plan really was to look for breaks of prior day lows and looking for breaks of prior day highs. We got that a little bit. We did get some breaks on the prior day lows, but just a crazy, crazy day. I'm very, very happy with the way I executed it. And I have to say, you guys have to hold me accountable to stay on this strategy, this ATM strategy that I've changed to, where I am taking profits, taking half the position at 2R and then the final target at 4R, and just kind of managing that. It has worked so well. I had another awesome trade today. I had a break-even trade on the first one, and then I had a $300 winning trade on my Apex accounts. I took one trade on my Take Profit Trader accounts. It was a loss. And again, just you lose 150, but the wins way outweigh the losses. So I have not traded this well in quite some time. I don't know that I'd have to go back and look, but I'm not sure that I've ever made $1,000 per account in 3 days on a funded account. And we did it this week on Apex, the 3 accounts that I've been trading. We made 280, we made 440, and we made basically 280 again today. So we're basically up $1,000 per account in the last 3 days, which is awesome. Take Profit Trader just had some bad luck. Had a nice winning day on Tuesday, up 300. And then yesterday we actually had 3 losing trades. I think 1 was break even and 2 full losses, so we were down 300. And today we had 1 loss, down 152. So on the week we're down 180. And for me, the huge win is just this has allowed me to, take losses and survive. And honestly, the trade it's so much more freeing. I know I've got my system. I know when the trade moves to 1R in profit, my stop automatically moves to break even. I don't have to touch it. It just moves there. And I can let the trade work. And sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't, but it ends up just with, it's just been great. So anyway, here's the stats for today. $74 win rate, $74 win, 27% win rate. And the reason this is skewed, it's really a 33%, but because I'm trading 3 contracts or 3 accounts here and 5 accounts there, it skews that. So really it was a 1 for 3 win today. But it skews it at 27%. But once again, look at this, 2.92, nearly 3R. So nearly 3 times the win versus loss. My win today, 289, or the average win, 289. After commissions, the average loss was 98. So let's look at the week. I'm kind of curious to see what those stats are for the week. They've got to still be good. This week we're up $2,000, 35% win rate, 339. So average win 324, average loss 95. This is a winning strategy. It is, I know I'm a little bit excited about it because I've been searching for this for so long. I haven't changed a thing when it comes to how I take my trades. Not a thing. The only thing I've changed is the ATM strategy, where I'm risking 150 each trade, and I'm not getting out until I get to 2R in profit. It's either a loss, a break-even trade, or at least 2R in profit on half of the position. So it's been really good. So let's dive into the trades themselves. I think we'll just look at them here in TradeZella. Pretty simple. Let's actually set this to today. The first trade was a break-even loss. This was a disappointing trade, and this is just something I'm still getting used to, is to seeing my P&L go into profit. So you can see the entry, and right here we had this dip below the prior day low. Got my entry here, and I almost have to show you this on. Matter of fact, I have the videos. Let me see here. Let me pull this up. Trade 1. So, yep, here's trade 1. So this is trade 1 today. And I'm going to just kind of fast forward through here. So there you can see the entry taken. And again, the trade here, I was looking for a break below the prior day low. We got it. I didn't take the initial entry. Maybe I should have, but I was very cautious because of these lows here. And I was worried that we would once again bounce because NQ was just horrible. Or really the markets in general just were not very good. So I waited, and we came back up and retested this area, and I drew this line in here, and I said, hey, if we retest somewhere between here and here, I'm going to look for further downside. So, and I took that trade, and what happens, I just have to get used to this, but let's fast forward for a little bit. We get to nearly almost like 7 ticks away from TP1. So look at my P&L. My P&L is up to, I think it gets up to like 280 in profit. Like, look at that. So close to that profit target, and then it goes all the way back up. So, but it's part of the strategy. It's part of the strategy. It's part of how I trade, and I have to accept that. And even though it's disappointing when you see that happen, it's just the way it works. And then the next trade, obviously, was a winning trade, and this was on the Dow Jones. It should go there. So there's the first one where we had, the entry here, almost got to TP1. This line is just signifying TP1. Matter of fact, I'll get rid of these little blue lines. They don't really mean anything. I was just creating some levels today, intraday. And then we wicked up and then right back down, reclaimed this prior day low, and I decided to take that again for downside, and that's when we got a really nice winning trade. Might as well just look at that. Maybe this, if you like this, let me know, because I am saving my trades, and so it's easy to just pull these up, and we can take a look at them. So there's the first loss right there, break-even loss, and then we get in, and you can see we had this wick higher, and now we're cleanly holding below that prior day low, and that's what triggered this entry. Let me just fast forward through this a little bit. Zooming in, there's the entry, and we sit through this quite a while, and we don't go right there. I was pretty sure I was going to get stopped out, but we didn't, and there we go. There's TP1, and you can kind of see this trade starts to get a little crazy, a lot of volatility, and we were flirting with these lows down here. And so that's why I moved my stop to the first profit target. So I'm really locking in 300, thinking, hey, if it goes all the way down, great. But if it stops me out here, I'm locked out with 300. So it stopped me out, and I'm out for 300, which is fine. And, it is what it is. Now, had I let this go, it would have ran all the way to my profit target. So I've done that a couple times now where I've taken my profits at 2R and locked in a $300 win, which is great. But I missed the opportunity of letting it go all the way. So I think in hindsight, and we have to be careful to not play the Monday morning quarterback game here, but had I left this stop at like 1R, it would have been better. I would have survived. So I don't know. I think this is a work in process of how do I manage the trade once I get to TP1 and I've taken half the position off and I've got 150 locked in. What do I do with the remaining half if I start to get a pullback? Do I just leave the stop at break even? Had I done that today, we would have been out with a $450 winner. Do I move the stop to 1R? Do I do the 2R thing like I've been doing here and lock in 300? I'm not sure. If you have insight to that or ideas, share it in the comments below. But that was trade number 2, and out for a nice win there. And then the last trade of the day was on Take Profit Trader. And again, I was kind of thinking I might not get another trade or might not take another trade. I'd kind of given myself up to the fact that, hey, I may not get it. But we finally broke below the prior day low on ES. And this was what I was looking for. And I was hesitant to take this initially. Let me just go out here to ES. I was hesitant to take this initially because of these lows, again, kind of like we had seen on the Dow Jones. The Dow Jones broke below the prior day low a lot more quickly than the ES did. I don't think the NASDAQ or the Russell even broke prior day low today. If they did, it was very minimal. But anyway, finally took this entry and just got just an ugly fake out to the upside. And I mean, all you can do is say, it is what it is, and we keep going. So it was just an ugly fake out. It was a really nice setup. Matter of fact, let's just look at that trade here real quick. This is trade number 3. So I'm already in the entry and you can see there. Look at the break below pre-DL. Look at these levels that are these lows. We had tested that. I get in the trade. We've got, a EMA cross that occurred there. Everything is setting up for a short, and this is a great setup. It just didn't work, and it's not surprising on a day when we had a lot of just wicky, ugly price action. That's what can happen, and all we did is do this, and boom, take me out. And so one of the other things that I've talked to myself about, and I'm not sure how well I'm going to do at adhering to this, but I thought to myself, man, if I just stop at one loss, if I take a full $150 loss to just stop trading for the day on those accounts, and if I do that, I really safeguard this because I'm not taking a big loss. It's one loss, down 150. I could take 2 or 3 break-even losses, no big deal. Yeah, you're losing a little bit of commissions, but that's not that bad. So, I was really tempted, and in fact, I missed a trade later on today on the Dow Jones. Right here, notice this morning low right here, and this entry. I actually drew this line in, and we came back up here and we tested it, to perfection. Look at that rejection. And I looked at it and I was tempted. And I thought, man, if I lose again and I'm going to be down 300, well, I should have taken that trade, because I could have easily taken that trade and gotten out with a 4-hour. It rapidly went in my favor. I just didn't take it. I simply didn't take the trade. I thought about it here. We came back down, tested it again. I thought about it there, just didn't take it. And by the time the move started happening, I was like, I ain't chasing it. So, hindsight's 20/20, but that was a really nice setup. It was a clean break and retest. If you're looking for break and retest, this is textbook. We break, come back up, retest to the downside. That's a great setup. Very, very clean hold, flipping from bullish to bearish, if you will, intraday there, short term. But anyway, food for thought. But it was a good day. It was a bad day from a market price action standpoint for me, but it was a good day in how I managed the market and took really good trades, albeit having a loss there on the take profit accounts. And here's the other thing too. Just because I had a loss, I've had a break even and 2 losses on this day. So that was 3 straight losses. And then today I had 1 loss. So I'm 4 losses. The chances that I'd have to have 10 losses in a row to blow these accounts. So the chances of me having 6 more losses in a row, straight $150 losses, it's just very, very unlikely. Could it happen? Sure, it could, but it's very, very unlikely. And so I think just being careful and maybe only taking 1 loss per day if I have a full loss. There's going to be a time where I take 2 or 3 winning trades, and if they're $200, $300, $400 winners, all at once we erase all of that. So I don't know. I just feel like I'm really mentally in a better place, and I really I like this ATM strategy, and I'm just going to keep pushing it. So that was my trades for today, and green is green. It's not much green, but I'm really thrilled with these Apex accounts. We've got 1,500 in drawdown. We've got the accounts back up above 49,000, from being all the way to almost being blown, and now we're in a lot better position. So, it's just a matter of keeping the head on straight and keep taking good trades and letting the trades work, letting it do its thing. So, again, appreciate you guys. Thanks for following along. If you blew up today and need some accounts, Take Profit Trader still running that good deal. Code BCT gets you the best deal with Take Profit Trader. Lucid, they've got a really good promo going, I think 40% off. And so again, just thanks for using my code and supporting the channel. I appreciate that. QuantGuard, I love QuantGuard. They have been down the last couple of days. There's some issues with their server. They've been trying to get that fixed. But QuantGuard is great. They do have a 10% discount on the first month using code BCT. So anyway, I just want to say thank you for supporting my channel. Appreciate that. If you're new here, hit the like button, hit the sub button, and feel free to leave a comment below. Anyone can do that for that matter. Don't have to be a new subscriber, but hey, I just appreciate the support. Thanks for following along. Hope you guys had a good day. Let me know how you did, because today, in my opinion, was a horrible price action day. So I'm very curious to hear from you guys on how your day went today. Was it good, bad, ugly, or indifferent? So anyway, I'll sign off. Thanks again. We'll catch up with you on the next one. Take care, and so long.